Here are 30 most commonly asked scenario-based interview questions and detailed answers for SAP interviews. 1. Scenario: a purchase requisition is created, but the system is not generating a purchase order automatically. How would you troubleshoot and resolve this issue? Answer: this issue could be due to various reasons, such as missing source determination or incorrect master data. I would check the source list, validity periods, and vendor master data. Additionally, I would review the procurement type in the material master to ensure it allows automatic purchase order generation. 2. Scenario: a goods receipt GR was posted, but the stock is not updated correctly. How would you investigate and correct the stock inconsistency? Answer: I would check the material document in Transaction MIGO to identify any errors during the goods receipt. Analyzing the document flow MO3 and inspecting the stock overview MB can help pinpoint the issue. Correcting any errors in the posting, such as quantity or valuation, and reposting the goods receipt if necessary, would resolve the inconsistency. 3. Scenario: a purchase order was created, but the pricing conditions are not determined correctly, leading to incorrect purchase order values. How would you troubleshoot and correct the pricing issue? Answer: I would use Transaction Me23N to display the purchase order and check the pricing conditions. Analyzing the condition records in Transaction MEC1 and checking the pricing procedure configuration in Transaction OV would help identify the root cause. Adjusting condition records and updating the pricing procedure if needed would resolve the pricing issue. 4. Scenario: vendor is unable to deliver goods on time, impacting the production schedule. How would you address this situation and ensure minimal disruption to production? Answer: I would assess the urgency of the situation and collaborate with the vendor to expedite the delivery. Simultaneously, I would explore alternative sourcing options and check if existing stock or safety stock can cover the immediate production needs. Communicating with relevant stakeholders and adjusting the production plan, if necessary, would help minimize disruptions. 5. Scenario: material master record needs to be extended to a new plant. How would you ensure a smooth extension process? Considering different valuation areas and plant-specific requirements. Answer: I would use Transaction MO1 to create a new material master record for the additional plant. During the creation, I'd consider plant-specific details, valuation areas, and any plant-specific views that need to be maintained. Verifying the data consistency and ensuring that the material is available in the correct views for the new plant would ensure a smooth extension. 6. Scenario: a user reports that a material is not available for a particular plant during the goods issue process. How would you troubleshoot and resolve the issue to ensure the material is available for consumption? Answer: I would check the material master data in Transaction O3 for the specified plant and review the plant-specific views. Verifying the stock overview MB and inspecting any reservations or stock transport orders can help identify the issue. If needed, adjusting the stock quantities, checking the availability check settings, and updating material master data would resolve the problem. 7. Scenario: a purchase order was sent to a vendor, but the vendor is requesting changes to the delivery date. How would you handle the change request and ensure accurate order tracking? Answer: I would use Transaction Me22N to modify the purchase order and adjust the delivery date based on the vendor's request. Communicating the change to relevant stakeholders, including the vendor, and ensuring alignment with production and logistics schedules would be crucial. Tracking the changes in the purchase order history and maintaining accurate documentation is essential for order transparency. 8. Scenario: a material was issued to production using a reservation, but the quantity issued is incorrect, leading to production delays. How would you investigate and rectify the quantity discrepancy in the reservation? Answer: I would use Transaction MB23 to display the reservation and check the issued quantity. Reviewing the material document in Transaction MIGO, and inspecting the reservation details, including any manual changes, can help identify discrepancies. Rectifying the quantity in the reservation using Transaction MB22 and reposting the goods issue if necessary would resolve the issue. 9. Scenario: a vendor invoice was posted, but the system is not allowing payment due to discrepancies in the invoice amount. How would you troubleshoot and correct the invoice amount to enable payment processing? Answer: I would use Transaction Miro to display the invoice document and check the pricing and quantity details. Reviewing the conditions in the invoice and cross-referencing them with the purchase order and goods receipt can help identify discrepancies. Adjusting the invoice amount in Miro and ensuring consistency with the supporting documents would resolve the payment issue. 10. Scenario: a vendor delivered a quantity of goods that exceeds the ordered quantity. How would you handle the excess delivery and ensure accurate inventory management? Answer: I would use Transaction MIGO to post the excess goods receipt with reference to the original purchase order. Verifying the reason for the excess delivery, updating the purchase order if necessary, and ensuring proper documentation are crucial steps. Adjusting the stock quantities and communicating the deviation to relevant stakeholders, including finance and logistics, would ensure accurate inventory management. 11. Scenario: a material is subject to shelf life expiration, and the system is not issuing goods with the earliest expiration date. How would you troubleshoot and ensure that goods are issued based on the correct shelf life expiration date? Answer: I would check the material master data using Transaction MO3 and inspect the shelf life expiration data. Verifying the stock overview MB and analyzing the batch-specific information can help identify any discrepancies. Adjusting the batch details, including the shelf life expiration date, and ensuring that the batch is selected based on the earliest expiration date during goods issue would resolve the issue. 12. Scenario: a material master record contains incorrect data, impacting various procurement processes. How would you initiate a mass update of the material master data to ensure consistency across the system? Answer: I would use Transaction 17 for mass maintenance of material master records. Identifying the relevant fields that need correction, preparing a data file with the correct values, and executing the mass update using 17 would ensure consistency. Verifying the updated records and monitoring the data consistency across procurement processes are critical steps. 13. Scenario: a vendor has changed its banking details, and all purchase orders and invoices need to reflect the updated information. How would you efficiently update the vendor master records to ensure accurate financial transactions? Answer: I would use Transaction XKO2 to edit the vendor master record and update the banking details. Considering the potential impact on open purchase orders and invoices, I would communicate the changes to relevant departments, including procurement and finance. Verifying the updated information in existing documents and ensuring alignment with the vendor's communication would guarantee accurate financial transactions. 14. Scenario: a material is planned for procurement using MIP ERP, but the system is not generating purchase requisitions as expected. How would you troubleshoot and ensure that MIP ERP generates the required procurement documents? Answer: I would check the material master data using Transaction MO3 and verify the MIP ERP views. Ensuring that the MIP ERP type, planning parameters, and procurement type are correctly set is essential. Analyzing the MIP ERP run results in Transaction MDO4 and checking for any planning exceptions can help identify issues. Adjusting the MIP ERP settings, such as safety stock or reorder point, and rerunning MIP ERP would ensure the generation of purchase requisitions. 15. Scenario: a material needs to be transferred from one plant to another within the same company. Code: how would you initiate and manage the stock transfer to ensure accurate stock movements between plants? Answer: I would use transaction M1B to perform a stock transfer between plants, verifying that the plants are assigned to the same company code, updating the stock overview MB after the transfer, and ensuring that the stock is reflected accurately in both plants are crucial steps. Communicating the stock transfer to relevant stakeholders and updating any associated documents, such as reservations or purchase orders, would ensure accurate stock movements. 16. Scenario: a material master record needs to be locked to prevent further changes due to a data migration project. How would you set up the material master data lock to ensure data integrity during the migration process? Answer: I would use transaction Mo6 to set a material master data lock, identifying the material master records that are part of the data migration project, specifying the lock criteria, and ensuring that relevant users are informed about the lock are critical steps. Monitoring the lock status and collaborating with the project team to coordinate data changes during the migration would maintain data integrity. 17. Scenario: a material has multiple units of measure, but the conversion factors are not correctly maintained, leading to inaccuracies in stock quantities. How would you troubleshoot and correct the unit of measure conversion issues? Answer: I would use transaction Me33K to display the material document and inspect the stock quantities in different units of measure, verifying the material master data in transaction O3 and reviewing the unit of measure conversion factors in transaction CUNY can help identify discrepancies. Adjusting the conversion factors and ensuring consistency across documents and master data would resolve the unit of measure conversion issues. 18. Scenario: a purchase requisition is created, but the material is not available in stock, and procurement needs to be expedited. How would you handle the situation to ensure timely material availability? Answer: I would assess the urgency of the requisition and explore options to expedite procurement. Checking for alternative sourcing, expediting the purchase order with the vendor, and communicating with production planning to adjust schedules are essential steps. Collaborating with relevant stakeholders, such as procurement and logistics, and monitoring the procurement process closely would ensure timely material availability. 19. Scenario: a material is subject to quality inspection, but the system is not triggering inspection lots for goods, receipts. How would you troubleshoot and ensure that inspection lots are generated as required? Answer: I would use transaction QMO3 to display inspection lots and check for any existing lots for the material, verifying the inspection setup in the material master O3 and checking the inspection type in the purchase order can help identify issues. Adjusting the inspection setup, ensuring that the material is flagged for inspection, and reviewing the inspection plan would ensure the generation of inspection lots for goods receipts. 20. Scenario: a vendor delivers goods with a higher than expected freight cost, and the invoice needs to be adjusted accordingly. How would you handle the freight cost adjustment in the system to ensure accurate financial accounting? Answer: I would use transaction Miro to display the invoice document and check the freight conditions, verifying the freight conditions in the purchase order, adjusting the freight amount in Miro, and ensuring alignment with the vendor's communication are crucial steps. Communicating the adjustment to the finance department and updating any associated financial documents would ensure accurate financial accounting. 21. Scenario: a material is marked as obsolete, and its procurement needs to be restricted. How would you manage the procurement restriction for the obsolete material in the system? Answer: I would use transaction Mode 2 to edit the material master record and set the procurement status to blocked or phased out, verifying that the material is not included in any open purchase orders or requisitions, and communicating the procurement restriction to relevant stakeholders are critical. Monitoring the material status and ensuring alignment with procurement policies would manage the procurement restriction for the obsolete material. 22. Scenario: a vendor delivers goods with a quality defect, and the goods receipt needs to be reversed. How would you initiate the goods receipt reversal process and manage the return of defective goods? Answer: I would use transaction EMST to reverse the goods receipt document. Verifying the reason for the goods receipt reversal, communicating the issue to the vendor, and coordinating the return of defective goods are crucial steps. Collaborating with quality management to document the quality issue, and updating relevant documents such as purchase orders would ensure a systematic goods receipt reversal process. 23. Scenario: a purchase order needs to be extended to multiple plants within the same company. Code: how would you efficiently replicate the purchase order for the additional plants while ensuring consistency and accuracy? Answer: I would use transaction Me21N to create a new purchase order and select the option for multiple plants. Ensuring that the purchase order is consistent with the original order in terms of items, conditions, and delivery details is crucial. Verifying that the plants are assigned to the same company code, and that the material is available for procurement in each plant ensures accuracy. Communicating the extended purchase order to relevant stakeholders, including procurement and logistics, would guarantee alignment with operational requirements. 24. Scenario: a material is subject to a price change, and the new price needs to be reflected in existing purchase orders. How would you efficiently update the purchase orders with the revised material price to avoid discrepancies during invoicing? Answer: I would use transaction Me22N to edit the purchase orders affected by the price change. Updating the material price in the purchase order conditions and ensuring consistency with the new pricing conditions are critical steps. Verifying the impact on existing goods receipts and communicating the price change to the finance department and vendors would prevent discrepancies during invoicing. 25. Scenario: a material has a restricted shelf life, and the system is not blocking its usage after the expiration date. How would you troubleshoot and enforce the shelf life restriction for the material to prevent further consumption? Answer: I would use transaction Mo3 to display the material master data and inspect the shelf life expiration details. Verifying the batch-specific information in transaction MISC3N and analyzing the goods movement history can help identify issues. Adjusting the shelf life expiration data in the material master, and ensuring that the material is flagged for batch management and shelf life management would enforce the shelf life restriction. 26. Scenario: a material is procured from multiple vendors, and the system is not selecting the optimal source during automatic source determination. How would you optimize the source determination process to ensure cost-effective procurement? Answer: I would use transaction Me57 to check the source list and conditions for automatic source determination. Analyzing the source list entries, condition records, and source determination settings in the material master, Mo3 would help identify optimization opportunities. Adjusting the source list priorities, updating condition records for cost-effective vendors, and running the source determination check in Me57 would optimize the sourcing process. 27. Scenario: a material needs to be discontinued, and its procurement and usage must be phased out. How would you manage the discontinuation process for the material to ensure a smooth transition? Answer: I would use transaction O2 to edit the material master record and set the material status to discontinued or an equivalent status. Verifying that the material is not included in any open purchase orders, reservations, or production orders is crucial. Communicating the discontinuation to relevant stakeholders, including procurement and production planning, and ensuring that alternative materials are identified would facilitate a smooth transition. 28. Scenario: a vendor delivers goods with a quality certificate, and the system needs to capture and manage the certificate information. How would you set up and manage the quality certificate for incoming goods in the system? Answer: I would use the quality management module to set up and manage the quality certificate. configuring the certificate profile in Transaction QCCO, assigning the profile to the material in O2, and ensuring that the certificate is included in the goods receipt process are critical steps. Collaborating with the quality department to validate the certificate information and updating the material master data accordingly would ensure accurate management of quality certificates. 29. Scenario: material has different storage requirements based on its characteristics, but the system is not enforcing the correct storage conditions during goods receipt. How would you troubleshoot and ensure that the material is stored according to its specifications? Answer: I would use Transaction MO3 to display the material master data and inspect the storage conditions. Verifying the material master views for storage MO3 and analyzing the warehouse management settings can help identify discrepancies. Adjusting the storage conditions in the material master and collaborating with the warehouse management team to enforce the correct storage requirements during goods receipt would ensure adherence to material specifications. 30. Scenario: a material is subject to periodic physical inventory counts, but the system is not generating accurate count documents. How would you troubleshoot and ensure that the physical inventory counts align with the actual stock levels? Answer: I would use Transaction ME01 to create a physical inventory document and check the counting category and cycle count details. Verifying the material master data for physical inventory settings MO3 and analyzing the stock overview MB can help identify issues. Adjusting the counting category, ensuring that the material is flagged for physical inventory, and collaborating with the inventory management team to conduct accurate counts would align the physical inventory counts with actual stock levels. For more exciting tips, tricks, and more importantly, for valuable insights of interviews, please share, like, and subscribe to my channel. It has a lot of valuable information about various insights of interviews. It has a wide range of real-world portfolio projects of various technologies for interviews, and it has wide range of most asked interview questions and answers of various technologies like data science, SAP, AWS, DevOps, and full-stack web development, and more. That will be useful during interviews. It has a wide range of most asked interview questions and answers, and real-world portfolio projects of various technologies for freshers, for 2 to 3 years, experienced candidates, and for 5 or above years, experienced candidates to test their skills by knowing most asked interview questions and make themselves ready for interviews.